Hi, Howard Tan. We're at yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're at his pretty new house. You know what I'm saying? He just purchased this in San Diego, California. Man, talk to me, Howard. Man, you a real estate guy, man. Just give me any information that you can around real estate, my brother.
Yeah, for sure. So basically, a little background information is I started real estate investing since I was like 26 years old. This was like 4 years ago. Like I don't know, like 28 years old. So like 4 years ago, I started doing my real estate thingy.
Right.
And then ever since then, I was like, yo, I'm gonna keep going and going. This is my second property I bought. First one in San Diego. Took a whole lot out of me, but I had to just get it because of land scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to know? Like,
yeah. So tell me a little bit about your first property? Where's that at?
First property is in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I started out there was because it's a big city. It's affordable, low entry level,
Mm-hmm.
low.
Like cost of entry kind of thing?
Yeah,
Or like,
low cost of entry.
Yeah.
So like that's why I started that, and then build up my cash flow from that property,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kept stacking up from there to save up for my down payment here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna keep doing the same thing.
Absolutely. So it was a rental unit, a rental unit in Indianapolis. You've been renting it since you bought it.
Yeah.
And then basically you cash flow from that every single month.
Yes.
And then as you cash flow, you kind of stacked up some of that money and, did some of also you have a business too, right?
Yeah. It's
Ooh.
called iTicket Fight.
Okay. What do you do?
We fight traffic tickets.
Okay, so if you have a traffic ticket, holla at my boy Howard Tan. He got you. But also, so he been saving money from his business, paying himself first, saving money from the cash flow from his real estate, and then he was able to buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
2.5 baths.
2.5 bath in San Diego, California. He put quite a lump sum down. I don't want to tell his business, but my man, definitely paid himself first and put a good amount down. So you don't have no PMI.
No PMI.
Right, because if you pay 20%, at least you don't have PMI, correct?
Exactly.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Good game. Howard is one of my real estate mentors. When I'm ready to start really investing in investment property, this is who I'm coming to. Anything else for us? Just anything else we need to know about real estate, man? You be dropping gems all the time on me.
Okay, so right now it's 2020, about to be 2021. The interest rates is really low. Ever since I started looking at the real estate market, throughout the history, the interest rates have never been this low. So the cost to borrow money is cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, if you buy, it doesn't matter. Your monthly payment right now today is the same as you would pay for, say, like a $250,000 house back in '96.
Wow.
Yeah.
So since the interest rates are so low, what you're telling me is it's going to be a lot less expensive to buy now, right?
Exactly.
So it's the equivalent if you would have bought a $200,000-$300,000 house a couple years ago. It's similar to what a $400,000 or $500,000 house is going to cost now, right?
Not a couple years ago, probably like 20, 30 years ago.
Because of the interest rates.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. Okay, good. I appreciate that information. Now is the time to buy. Why is it so important to buy in big cities in San Diego, for example, or just big cities in general?
Just like my preference, big cities have more demand. The population's bigger, so it's easier to rent out.
Mm-hmm.
It's always gonna raise an equity because all the big cities around town, like they provide the most jobs, the most resources, the fastest development.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a lot of tax dollars pour into that city, so they develop all the roads. Like right now, if you look outside, like check out my roads. It's all messed up right now, but eventually, right now they're gonna pave it, make it all nice. They already just replaced the water pipes.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting to take off all the steel gates out of the what you were out in Fairmount earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they started taking out all the steel gates, the steel cages,
So-
to make it look nicer.
So in major cities versus counties, basically major cities, and I learned this from you, major cities have more of a budget to do improvements, correct?
Yeah, they have more money coming in because of tourism and just tax dollars. Like it's a bigger population, so there's more properties, more property tax.
Right. So if you buy outside of the city proper, essentially you just have a little bit less money that's going to be going into your area to fix things up, correct?
Exactly.
And what about land scarcity? That's something you always talk about. Tell me why that's important.
So like a lot of people like preach that there might be a crash soon, real soon, but right now like we're in a market high. There's a lot of people lining up to buy houses because the supply of houses is very low.
Mm-hmm.
So like even if there was a crash, like it'd be the same flock of people going to that property and buying it out. So there's gonna be a high demand across the board just because the interest rates are very low, and just because like our population keeps growing and there's gonna be less supply for us.
And nowhere else to build, right?
Yeah.
And then what do you always say about cranes, my brother?
Yeah. So basically, like one thing I like to preach is like buy near cranes.
Mm-hmm.
Just because when you see cranes, that means they're developing something new, something upscale or whatever. They're just making it so that your city or your town, your section will be expensive real soon.
Right. So if they're building, then that's a good place. If you get in right before or right when they start building, that's a good place to get in as far as, you know, growing that equity and getting in before the property value skyrockets. Appreciate you, my brother Howie, man. You know what I'm saying? I gave him a quick impromptu interview, man. You was a good sport about it. It's dope to see you rise, man. Keep on doing your real estate thing, my brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Peace.